So I was on Google looking up pictures of couples that I could use for a thumbnail of this video. I couldn't help but notice there's not too many niggas or Mexicans on there. Nope, not too many niggas on there. What's up, YouTube? Typical black guy here, aka Renegade 16. A nigga went out to fucking Walmart today to go get an actual headset. Cause before I just had like my earphones for my phone and shit. But yeah, I actually got a new headset today. So let me know in the comment section whether or not you guys can actually hear a difference or if the quality sounds better. But anyways, welcome back to another episode of Black Guy. I always fuck that up. Welcome to another episode of Black Guy Chronicles, which is shit, it's pretty damn self-explanatory. It's when I tell y'all motherfucker story from my life in an attempt to make you feel some type of way. Whether it's, I don't fuck it. Whether it's humorous, give you some feels, shit like that. But, I was actually requested to do another video because I guess you guys like this. But today, I guess I would, a big thing going on nowadays is like, long-distance relationships. So I figured I would give you guys the input of my, long distance, or I guess not long distance anymore, but how my relationship got started. Let's go all the way back until I was about 16 and she was about 15 then. I'm 21 now and she's about to turn 20 in a couple days. So you know, about fucking 5 years ago. You feel me? My girl, she found me on Facebook because I had commented on someone's fucking status or some shit, and I had made a joke, and she thought this shit was funny, so she added me on Facebook. And let's fucking, just to give you an idea of where we were, I was all the way in Detroit, Michigan, because you know that's where I grew up, and she was all the way in Wichita, Kansas. But you know, she added me and shit, and yeah, like I said, she was 15 at the time, I was 16 at the time, and I didn't really think shit of it. You know, she was a Mexican girl, and I've always been into like Hispanic women. I've always been into interracial relationships in general. You know what I mean? Because I'm not exactly completely African American. I'm like half African American, half Trinidadian. You feel me? But I've always been into like interracial relationships. I just like that shit. You feel me? And yeah. But anyways, back to the story. She added me. And you know, we were talking, but it wasn't on my side anyways. It wasn't like no flirtatious shit because I didn't really think anything of her. I knew, you know, I thought she was pretty, but that's about it. Because around that time, honestly, about 16 is when females actually started finding me attractive. So it was like females were always fucking talking to me anyways, and the shit was like annoying as fuck. And she would like hit on me sometimes, and she tells me now what she wasn't really hitting on me, but whether she was serious or not, she used to fucking flirt with me, and I couldn't fucking stand it. I used to hate it because every fucking female I knew was doing that shit. So it was like annoying as shit out of me. So you know, we used to talk for a little bit, but for the most part, over the years, I was ignoring the shit out of her. She would call me or she would message me on Facebook. I wouldn't fucking reply. Or if I did, I would reply like once or twice and just wouldn't keep the conversation going, just so I wouldn't come across as a dick and ignoring her. But for the most part, I didn't really fucking like her. You know what I mean? She used to always call me, always try to get in contact with me. I just would never fucking talk to her. But even though I gave her my phone number, so it was like kind of weird. I actually found her quite annoying. Like she used to annoy the shit out of me. I couldn't fucking stand her at first. Well, I guess that's a kind of an overstatement. It's not that I couldn't stand her, but she just used to fucking annoy me. You know what I mean? But yeah. Anyways, I would ignore her and shit like that. But anyways, over the years, I used to ignore it. I knew her as 15. But for some fucking reason, over the years, say about, I was 16, so about 2-3 years later, for some reason in my head, she was still 15 in my head, and she would hit on me then. And that shit used to really piss me off, because it's like, why is this fucking kid hitting on me? Like, she's like 15. Why the fuck is she flirting with me and shit like this? So that shit used to annoy me. Cause I was 18, 19, but in my head she was still fucking 15. But we video chatted for the very first time when I guess technically she was about 17 and I was 18, 19, and we video chatted for the first time. And we talked, and I started, I was like, oh, she's actually kind of fucking cute and shit like that. But I think around that time I had actually realized her age, because she had made a post on Facebook where she was graduating high school, and I was like, she's graduating high school, she can't be fucking 15, you know. I was like, so she has to be around my age. So then I guess in my mind it was like, okay, it's okay to, think about her attractively. And I was like, oh, she actually is kind of attractive. You feel me? But I still didn't have no feelings for her. You can find a girl attractive but not have feelings for her and shit like that. You feel me? But we would video chat, and I would actually start talking to her more once I realized that she was about my age and shit like that. And but around that time, like I said before in a previous video, I was like doing a lot of shit that I shouldn't have been doing, like a lot of dumb shit, because I was fucking younger. Saying that shit like I'm 40 now. That was like fucking 3 years ago. But I mean, I've gotten a lot more mature over the years. But I was doing a lot of like dumb shit back then. And she didn't judge me for it, which was weird, because the only people that really wasn't judging before is the people that was doing this shit with me. But she was like a good girl, but she still didn't judge me for the shit, because she understood that everything that I did it, because it was what I had to do. You know what I mean? So I actually started liking her because of that. Not liking her as in relationship-wise. I still hadn't got to that point yet. But let's fast forward it let's fast forward it to about, let's say, November, or like early November of 2013. She had moved across the country to Utah. So that was like way the fuck further. I'm on the East Coast, she's on the West Coast. Still didn't have feelings for her, but she moved way the hell across the country to Utah in like a month or two before that. But I remember I was drunk before and I was talking to her and I was like, I may have feelings for you. I don't know what's going on, but I may have feelings for you. And then, like she was talking to me and shit. We was talking about how I felt about her. And then the next morning, I had sobered up, and me and her ended up talking. And then we were on the phone, and she's like, I got a question to ask you. And I knew exactly what she's gonna ask me, and I was a dick to her, I'll be honest. But I was like, before you ask me, no, I don't have feelings for you. I was drunk, so don't get happy. Chill the fuck out. I don't got any goddamn feelings for you. So you pretty much like stop that shit. I don't even want to fucking hear it. And it was real fucked up. It was bogus as hell. You feel me? But but yeah, eventually, like it wasn't even fucking long after that, probably about a week or two, I actually started having feelings for her, and I was like, why the fuck aren't these feelings going away? You know what I mean? I'm like, I don't like this shit. My fucking feelings aren't going away. So I actually did start gaining feelings for her, and me and her was talking for a minute. And then we was like, fuck it, let's try to engage into a long distance relationship. And we started our long distance relationship November 11th of that year. And it was like long distance for a while. Me and her were like fucking, we used to video chat all day, every day. Like literally, when I tell you, there's 24 hours in a day. Literally, we would fall asleep video chatting. We would, every waking moment, we would be video chatting, unless, work schedules and shit like that. But for the most part, we would always be fucking video chatting. Like every fucking second of the day we were video chatting. Excuse me. And so that shit kind of got me attached to her more. But the shit I was in, I was starting to get like way in over my head, because I started getting into some real bad shit with some real bad people. And she pretty much was like, yo, you got to get the fuck out of there or whatever. And I'm pretty much like, what you mean? And she's like, yo, come move to Utah. And I was like, I don't want to say she was like a scapegoat, but it was like, man, I want a girlfriend that's a different race than me, because I want to learn a different culture or a different language and shit like that. And I mean, let's just be honest. If you go to Detroit, you can't call me an asshole for this, because it's 100% true. I have good hair, since I'm like Trinidadian, and have good curly hair. And the women in Detroit, for the most part, their fucking hair is all the way fucked up. Like, their hair, it doesn't grow at all. And if I had a daughter, I wanted a daughter that I wouldn't have to spend hundreds of fucking dollars on weave. So I was like, yeah, I want a girl that's a different race, so my daughter can have long, pretty, natural hair if I ever have a daughter. So that's another reason why I wanted a girl from another race. You know what I mean? And I was like, shit, I've never really been out of Detroit. I lived in North Carolina for about 7 months prior to that, but that was about it. But I was like, I've never been out of Detroit, let alone never been to the fucking West Side before, West Coast before. And I was like, I'll think about it, you know what I'm saying? We started thinking about it, and then I was like, you know what, I'm about to hustle up the money and shit like that. And she's pretty much like, nah, I got you or whatever. And I'm like, alright, shit. I mean, I was reluctant at first, because I like doing shit on my own. I was like, nah, let me just hustle shit in for a little bit longer, and I got it. And she's like, nah, we don't got time for that shit. So we had got the plane ticket, and I flew all the way across the country. And I had never had a real girlfriend before her. Before her, I had like hood wives and shit like that. Just females. It was pretty much like get money, shit like that. It wasn't really nothing serious. So she would have been like the very first real girlfriend I had. And we had started dating in November. That fucking June, on June 6th, I was flying across the country. I was fucking throwing away everything, risking everything to move across the country, man. I was ready for it because I just wanted to get out of Detroit. I didn't want to die in the same place I grew up, you feel me? But, I was risking everything. So the night before June 6th, I packed up like all my shit. I had my cousin cut my hair. I'm starting to think that nigga was hating because my cousin saw how my girl looked and he's like, damn, she's pretty and shit like that. And I like my beard. And then I wanted my beard. And my cousin was cutting my hair. I specifically told this nigga not to cut my beard. And I feel like fucking my shit up. I'm like, what? And I look in the mirror and this nigga was like completely cutting off my fucking beard. I thought he was just trimming my shit. But this nigga completely cut off my beard. Had me looking like a fucking toddler and shit. I was like, fuck! You know what I mean? And I had moved across the country like I woke up fucking early. I woke up at like 7 o'clock in the morning. I couldn't even go to sleep. But when I did, I woke up at like 7 o'clock in the morning. Went to Detroit airport. And dead ass, I'm not even gonna lie, I was on like 4chan looking up advice like, yo, what the fuck do I do? I was nervous as shit because like I said, I never had a real girlfriend. And I wasn't trying to fuck this up, especially since I was risking everything to be across the country where I had like essentially no family over there. So I'm on 4chan like, yo, what the fuck do I do? How do I act, nigga? You know what I'm saying? What the fuck? And I get off the plane, and when I get off the plane in Utah, I'm sitting there waiting for her and shit. And she doesn't come pull up until about maybe 45 minutes later. And when she got out the car, she was the most beautiful fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. She was gorgeous as shit. And I already thought she was gorgeous, but she was like so fucking beautiful. And then she was wearing these black leggings and like this tight shirt, and I was like, woo, nigga. And I was like, I was also kind of nervous because I was like, fuck, man, what if she don't like me? But anyways, like, I get off the plane, I'm waiting for her. She pulls up, she comes and hugs me, and I hug her, and I was like, just the fucking best thing ever. I remember exactly what she was wearing. I remember exactly how her hair was, all that shit. And I had hugged her, and we were hugging, and I was like, ah, fuck, I'm about to fuck this up already, because she was so pretty. I started getting hard and shit. I'm like, yo, don't get hard, don't get hard, don't get hard, but I was still getting... I was still getting fucking hard. And she said, I talked to her about it a couple days ago. She said she noticed. I thought she didn't notice because she didn't mention it. But I got fucking hard and shit. And we leave. But me and her go out and chill here, and me and her, I had played video games online with like her brother and her cousin before, so they already know me. They was already ecstatic to meet me. I had met them. We had, hit it off real easy, and then we went out to go chill for a little bit. I fucked up my knee because I was like climbing on top of this fucking brick wall trying to show off, and I fucked up my knees, like scratching my shit all the way the fuck up. But yeah, man, we had like a real good fucking time. And then I remember like we were in the car when she had first picked me up. We were in the car. She had like put her hand on my leg, and she was like looking at me. And every single time I looked up, she'd be looking at me. And I couldn't look her in the eye because she was so fucking pretty. I just couldn't look her in the eye, man. It was like impossible. And then she like put her hand on my leg, and I had like moved her hand away. I was like, "Yo, we're moving way too fast. Like, calm down. We're moving way too damn fast. You're freaking me out." And she thought that was like the most cutest and hilarious thing ever. And I didn't think that shit was funny. I'm like, "Yo, I'm uncomfortable as shit right now. You're freaking me the fuck out." But we had got to her house, and we was like eating marshmallows and shit, like s'more, like marshmallows heated up and shit. And that was cool. But I tried to kiss her, and I tried to kiss her like twice before then, and she wouldn't fucking kiss me. And I'm like, does she not find me attractive? I was fucking like, god damn, man, like, fuck, I fucked it up. It was my dick, wasn't it? It's because my dick got hard, wasn't it? But she wouldn't fucking kiss me. But then she said, I think I forgot what the fuck the reason was she said why she didn't kiss me. But whatever it was, it made sense. But ever since then, like, me and her, we do fucking everything together. We spend every waking moment together. Literally this time, 24/7, we are together. We fucking work together. We're both kind of introverts, so we pretty much stay at home and shit. And she's held me down through so much, man. She's held me down through so much. Like, I've went through so much, and like every fucking step of the way, she's been there with me. So, I'm definitely glad to have her and all that shit. So, yeah, I guess that's just the story of how me and my girl are together, and we're still fucking together like over a year and a half. But more of the story is, people say long distance relationships don't work, but fuck them people. Maybe they just don't have the balls to make the shit work. Maybe they're just fucking pussies that can't do shit and can't be trusted when they're on their own. But my shit worked. Doesn't mean everybody's is gonna work, but I promise you, if you put in the work, shit will work out, and it will be fucking the best experience you've ever had. All right, peace.